Welcome back everybody. Quick spoiler warning for those of you who have not yet seen The Last Jedi, as we will be discussing events that transpired in the film, probably. Okay, here we go. So the fan base seems to be split in their opinion about The Last Jedi, from those who think it's the worst thing ever to those who think it's a masterpiece that breaks new ground, with a few people in the middle who think it was an okay film. But what could have been if things had gone differently? What was George Lucas's original outline for the sequel trilogy? So here's an interesting article about that. Link down below in the description. Let's take a look. Before Disney had acquired Lucasfilm on October 30th, 2012, George Lucas himself wrote a treatment for a new trilogy of Star Wars movies. We've chronicled in the past how those story treatments were largely thrown out by J.J. Abrams when he came on board the project on January 24th, 2013. We will likely never find out what Lucas had planned for the Star Wars sequel trilogy, but the new Art of Star Wars, The Last Jedi book, gives us one small peek at a George Lucas approved Jedi temple on the planet that later became known as Ahch-To. This is the closest we might ever come to seeing Lucas's original vision for the sequel trilogy. In the book, we learned that one of the first meetings to visualize The Force Awakens happened on January 16th, 2013 at Skywalker Ranch with George Lucas himself. Among the pieces presented at the meeting were portraits of an older Luke Skywalker training a new disciple named Kira, who was later renamed Rey. The idea was that 30 years after the fall of the Empire, Luke had gone to a dark place and secluded himself in a Jedi temple on a new planet. The paintings show Luke meditating, reassessing his whole life. Apparently, the initial plan for Star Wars Episode 7 was that Luke, over the course of that movie, would rediscover his vitality and train this new Jedi. So basically, what we got from the Rey-Luke storyline in The Last Jedi was initially supposed to be the bones for George Lucas's Episode 7. Imagine an alternate universe where Episode 7 was Luke reluctantly training a new Jedi. It would be completely different. So why did it change? Everyone realized that Luke Skywalker would better serve the needs of the story as the person that everyone seeks but does not find until the final scene of The Force Awakens. This allowed Han Solo more time as the mentor of the story, and the visuals of Luke training Rey on the site of an old Jedi temple were shelved for the next movie. The Art of Star Wars The Last Jedi features many of these old designs, including one of an old Luke standing next to structures that crumbled long ago. Another one features an ugly bell-shaped building that was approved by George Lucas before J.J. Abrams was even hired for The Force Awakens. Some of these designs look very much like something from the prequels. One features Luke in heavy thought, and another could depict a Sith Force ghost haunting him. You'll have to buy the book to see them all, but here are a few noteworthy images. So yes, it does seem like they were headed towards, or maybe they still are headed towards, introducing Sith Force ghosts and breaking the old canon of where only the Jedi could return as such. Here's some concept art of Luke meditating in the Jedi Temple as Kira, or Rey as she would become, looks on. What would later become Ahch-To, and Luke about to teach Rey how to lift rocks. So there you have it peoples, it looks like they were kind of heading this way anyway. The difference being that Luke would have taught Rey in Episode 7. I'm pretty sure though that Luke would have gotten a much more epic arc than he did in The Last Jedi. I don't think he would have died due to astral projection. And I also wonder who George Lucas would have made the big bad villain in his vision of the sequel trilogy. Leave your thoughts down below as to whether or not they should have stuck with George Lucas's ideas. Thanks for dropping by everybody, and for your continued support. Hit that notification bell to stay updated with this channel. Don't forget to like, share, sub and all of that good stuff. And until next time, see yas.